Mic check 1 2.
Talk again.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check 1 2.
Perfect. We got you. Oh, mic check, mic check.
Mic check 1 2.
Mic check. Alright, we're good. Alright.
Mic check 1 2.
Alright, let's get a little advertisement here. And we are good.
Yo, yo. Yo, yo. I definitely hear you, but when I hear myself, it sounds like I'm real far away.
Hold on.
I definitely hear you, but when I hear myself, it sounds like I'm real far away.
You sound decent on the stream.
Hold on. Let me give it another shot. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, you sound good on the video.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's try now. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Yeah, you're good.
Mic check 1 2. Yeah, you're good. It still sounds a little weird to me.
I mean,
but that's we gotta roll what we got, I guess. At this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit.
Shit. Can you at least lower the game volume? Maybe that'll help a bit.
Yeah, let me see. How's it sound with the game volume now?
Hold on a second. This fucking delay, you know, makes it a pain in the ass to check anything. Hold on a sec. One two one two. What the hell? Hold on, bro.
Alright. Try to get some volume going on here.
Alright, hold up a sec. Mic check, mic check. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Alright, I think whatever we got right now is as good as it's gonna get.
Alright. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll roll with that.
Alright, is the game volume overtaking as long as the game volume doesn't overtake the our volume.
Yeah, I will probably lower it just a little bit more, and then we're gold. Yeah, I will probably lower it just a little bit more, and then we're gold.
Alright.
This shit reminds me of like when we were running the G-Dubs podcast, bro. It used to be like a whole fucking hour just to do our sound checks. And then you pray that whatever you record, it sounds legit.
Hell yeah, man! Like I did a whole fucking show the other day, like a half an hour show. I went to go listen to it, and I didn't hear shit. Like that's why Jay, he made that video for me. He was like, look, just kind of talk, make a video, follow what you were talking about, and he threw that together for me.
Yeah, that's the worst, man. That's one of our last podcasts is when Hypeman was doing a solo one.
Yeah.
He did like an hour and a half, like just in depth, like an entire fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe shit. Like he just went all in.
Oh
And
man.
when he was done and he looked at the timer on his recording, it don't record like the first 20 seconds of his
Oh
podcast.
hell no, man. I'd have been so fucking not even pissed. I'd have been just disheartened.
That's what we've been on break for like the last year. That shit just pissed everybody off.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I was been wondering where the hell the power hour is, man.
Yeah, now we got fucked that one last time, bro.
Yeah,
We need a break. This shit's wicked.
I feel you, man. Like I was starting to go in, and then when I moved, I was like, yeah, I got way too much shit to do.
Yeah, man.
Like I be having like a lot of ideas and shit that I want to do, but then like real life be like, yeah, nah, son, what are you thinking?
Yeah, that's that grown man shit, bro.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah,
know, we be getting slammed with bills and responsibilities,
fuck
and
yeah, man, kids, everything else.
hell yeah. By the time you look, it's fucking midnight.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, there goes that good idea. Just
Let
got
me
to
talk, cause
wait.
I was definitely trying to do like all kind of shit with y'all, but you know. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna post this in GWU.
Yep. Do you have audio running out of your TV?
Do I? Let me see. No, cause the audio. No,
Shit, man, where the fuck is that feedback coming from,
I have
yo?
no idea.
Shit, man, where the fuck is that feedback coming from? Hold on a second.
All right.
Hold on a second. Bills and responsibilities. Alright, we should be alright. You could
All right.
barely hear it, if you hear it at all on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real faint to nothing. I don't think most people will be able to hear that shit.
Okay. We're good to go. Hold on.
And if somebody does, they'll complain on chat.
Right.
Fuck it.
They'll be all right.
And if somebody does, they'll complain on chat.
All right. Let's get it after here. Where's your character at?
I am level 8.
You're running insane. Oh, hold on a minute. All right, what's up, man? Y'all in the Slaughterhouse? We got the Slaughterhouse live, and tonight I finally have my first guest. I got my homeboy Ricslick from Gaming World United, GWU. What's up, bro?
It's about time. It's about time. It's been
Fuck
a
yeah,
long time
man.
coming too, man. We're always talking about putting this together, but then you know how it
Shit, yeah.
goes.
Hell
But
yeah,
hey,
man.
no better time than now, right? We got
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 out.
And I think that's
You know,
exactly
something to
what brought us
play.
together right now, no doubt. Yeah, like I wanted to get all y'all on here. I'm glad you're here, man. Fucking, but yeah, we was everybody been mad hype about Borderlands 3, and I said, yeah, this definitely has to go down now that this is finally fucking out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a long time coming too, man. Like, you know, no disrespect to the pre-sequel, but that wasn't doing it for me. It never did it for me.
No, I didn't
Um,
even beat that game, dude.
I got to the end, like I'm right at the end of that game, and I did it by myself, which was the boring part, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I think with Borderlands, like you got to play this with your boys, or
yeah,
at worst with strangers.
right.
And you know, doing pre-sequel because by the time I touched it, nobody was down for it. Right? Nobody was that desperate, I would say.
Sure.
And then nobody wanted to go back to 2 because hey, we already did 2. Like we milked it.
You're burned
There's
out.
nothing
Yeah.
there. So
I mean, there was a
this
shitload
game,
of content.
Yeah. This game came at the right time, right place. Like you just mentioned, right? Shitload of content, shitload of guns, shitload of missions.
Right.
And I know you were bitching about Destiny a couple of days ago, right? Because that's how we do. And
Right.
the comparison, I mean, to think that a game like Borderlands up against something like Destiny at this point, if you're still not convinced that you're being nickel and dime to the extreme by a business model like Destiny, you're out of your fucking mind.
Right.
You know, and it's a matter of opinion. Of course it is. It doesn't mean your opinion is what's the word I'm looking for here? Logical, right? That shit's not logical. It's really not. Like,
it's just you
I don't understand.
Opinion doesn't mean it's right.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's you know, you're entitled to a dumbass opinion if you'd like. That's on you, but it is what it is. Now, I mean, obviously, like there's small glaring differences between the two titles. One's like, you know, closer to what you would expect an MMO to be, which is Destiny, but still that business model is just ridiculous.
No, it is.
You feel, I mean, if I don't know if I guess I mean how do you feel about, like, I'm just gonna just drop, I guess, a model, an idea, right? I almost think guys our age, right, mid to late 30s, we fucking know better because we remember how this industry was built. We remember how it used to be when we used to actually buy games. Right. You know, like now, it's almost like these kids don't really understand what it's like to buy a full-fledged, but my game's on the disc. Hoorah! Right. Like, I'm playing everything, and then the DLC is just icing.
And you know, the thing about it is, it's like I can adapt to the you know, what gaming is now. I don't like it, but I can adapt. If I wanna, I can adapt to the point where, hey, okay, I gotta buy season passes. I don't like it, but I get it. Even with Borderlands, you gotta buy a season pass. But like,
well, hold up a second. Hold on. But even if you don't buy the season pass, it doesn't ruin the game for you.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
There's so much. First of all, right. First and foremost, like the core game's in here already.
Right.
Like, you buy Borderlands Vanilla, you're gonna play it from beginning to end. You're gonna enjoy so much content, and you're gonna get a finished product, right? A finished product.
There's 30 hours. There's 30 hours of gameplay at least in just vanilla Borderlands. Now, I can tell you with Destiny 2, I probably beat. I want to say it took me like 10 to 12 hours to beat the core game in Destiny 2. Like, you know, so it's not like, and you know, there's a lot of people that say, oh well, you can get you can play the free to play stuff and you'll be just fine. It's like, no, that's not, it doesn't work there, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting the same value that you were getting out of a game like this. You know?
Right. No, that's absolutely true. I don't think their free to play model is any good, and I don't think their pay to play structure is any better. Like, it's almost like they went for both and they got none wrong. I mean, they got both wrong. In other words, like, you look at a game like, let's say, Apex Legends, Fortnite, PUBG, right? Those are free to play to an extreme, right? They got that shit right because you're not investing any money in it, and it's still, you know, people like it. It's actually, you know, I was playing Apex for a little while. It's intriguing. It's fun. It's something that everybody can jump into, you know. And if you like it that much, then you could dump a little money in there. And even when you dump money, the play structure is as such where everybody's still playing in the same even playing field.
And I think you're probably more apt to spend money on a game like that it's totally free, you know what I mean? Then
absolutely.
You know, but the thing about Apex and PUBG and all that stuff is, you know, everything's cosmetic. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It seems like most of the stuff
you're right. You're dead fucking right with that. It's all cosmetic, and in a sense, I mean, again, we're talking like all three of these games that were discussed right now are just radically different, right? Because they're all doing something just totally different in their own little space. with games like Fortnite, I can speak definitely for Apex. Like, you're right. It's all about cosmetics. At the end of the day, when you get dropped, everybody's it's teams for themselves. In some cases, every man for themselves. Like, it is what it is.
Right.
And I think that's the intriguing part too, though. It's the fact that like you're not paying to win. You're paying for your originality, and in a sense that sucks. But hey, you don't have to pay for it per se in order for you to actually enjoy it. I almost feel like with Destiny, even with recent Call of Duty games, they have the same problem. Think about it now, right? Activision, Bungie, they're practically the same camp.
No, it is.
They absorbed each other in a sense.
Right. Well, I think Bungie just separated from
Microsoft, right? Yeah.
No, well, from Activision. Bungie separated from Activision.
Oh, did they already pull the trigger on that?
I believe they pulled the trigger. Now, and it's funny because when I got in that whole argument with that person, their thing was, oh well, it's the season pass. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't know what a season pass is, and I said, here, like you're talking about a company who is the same company as Blizzard, because Activision is Blizzard's subsidiary at Activision, and on one of their titles, they did it right with World of Warcraft. You only have to buy a season the DLC every couple of years. Like, what am I thinking of? Expansion packs. And somebody said, oh, this guy doesn't know how expansion packs works. I played World of Warcraft for a long time, and you buy expansion packs for like every other year, and then all the content updates in between there are free. You've already paid for them, so it's like you're not really making much sense. That's not a good excuse because it's the same company, so they know how this is supposed to work. They just choose not to because they know that, for lack of a better term, bootlickers like that will pay whatever. You know what I mean? They'll pay for it, and thank you for the opportunity of screwing them over. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. And the more people start like accepting, and that's my fear at this point, that this is going to start being accepted by the masses.
Right.
And developers are just going to go ahead and throw it at us. I remember, I mean, like I said, you remember an era where, no, the game's on the disc, you get what you get. Then there was certain, once we moved into like the PS3 era, they started like dabbing in that whole DLC thing, and it was okay. It was like, oh, you want extra content? Okay, here you go. Like, the game was that good, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
but now it's like, now it's a core aspect of what you're buying.
I mean,
now it's like, yo, you fucking buy a game, it doesn't feel complete. And you're buying DLC, and you're buying season passes, and you're getting stomped by microtransactions, and I don't know. I just feel that's real cheap.
It is.
It cheapens the gaming experience, and that's why I'm glad Borderlands is back, because I really hope that they show the industry that you can still put a game with a billions, worth of content, guns, storyline, missions, and multiplayer. Like, you could do that. You could do all of this.
And the thing is,
you can still have successful DLC to follow up, because people are going to be hungry for more.
No, right, and even when they were dropping those mercenary packs after the DLC, the mercenary packs were only like $5. Like they weren't even that much money. So it was like, and you know what, dude, I can kill it. I'll drop $5 on a mercenary pack all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the thing is, they were supporting it. They supported this game, or Borderlands 2. They supported Borderlands 2 for a good 7 years after that game was released. And and don't get me wrong, I have my issues with 2K and things like that. But they did it, when it comes to Borderlands, they did it right. They did it right, and you can't take that away from them. And people say, well, Borderlands is a different kind of game, and it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Content is content. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, and delivery is delivery. You know,
Right.
there's got to be a standard set. You know, and everybody's abusing the standard at this point.
It is.
Everybody's doing it.
And you know, one thing I do want to go back on. I don't. I don't want to give because it's not the developers, it's the publishers. You know,
Yeah,
and I think people need to realize that it's not that, you know, the
yeah.
developers. The developers just want to put out a good game for everybody to have fun. It's the publishers. The publishers are greedy, man. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, and the devs, they gotta play ball because you know they want their games released.
Hmm.
So, you know, a lot of people like I'm not giving Bungie shit because I, if Bungie's to be believed, it was Activision pulling the trigger behind this business model. Because if if I'm correct, there wasn't even supposed to be a Destiny 2, really. Destiny was supposed to be like World of Warcraft, and they were just going to keep
Right,
on
yeah.
adding expansion packs onto it, you
True
know.
that. Yeah.
So, but I mean, and then you look at stuff like there's just so much impropriety in the gaming industry right now. I mean, you look at a game like it's funny, it's ironic because I trade in it. I know everybody goes to digital. I like hard copies of games just because I feel like I have more
Likewise. Likewise.
flexibility. Like for instance here, I I got a couple bucks off of this because I had Anthem, and I bring up Anthem because uh, Anthem is a shining example of the wrong of where the gaming industry is now. Like, I
Word
mean,
up.
really, that Anthem is it was a travesty. I mean,
This
to
is this is what Anthem is to me, right? Remember back in the day, like in the 32/64-bit era,
yeah,
when you used to see a trailer of a game and you used to see like dope CGI and like dope everything,
hell yeah,
and then you get the game and it's like, yo, what the fuck is this?
yeah,
I
right.
just spent I just spent 50.
No, no, no
That's
doubt,
Anthem to me. Like,
no doubt.
remember the trailers, how dope they were, and like, oh,
Oh
they
yeah,
got a team, like, and they're flying and they're jumping in water and they're
right,
all talking shit on the microphone, and
yeah.
then you play this game and it's like, nah, delete.
No, you know, I played Anthem and I bought it and I bought into the hype just like everybody else did. Because I mean, you know, everybody's like, oh man, you know, basically you have essentially like Mark IV armor or whatever, or like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, and it was a good sell. But I tell you, you know, the thing is, like, when you play it, you realize all they did was steal Destiny's aesthetic and 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 make uh make basically a they they didn't even perfect the whole javelin experience like they didn't,
Right. Well,
you know.
from this, what I understand, right? They were working on this one engine, and I think as far as the story goes, EA forced um what do you call these guys? BioWare. They forced
BioWare.
BioWare to change over to the Frostbite engine,
Yes, yes,
like months before the game was supposed to be released.
right. That
And
and
they were
that's
like,
true
"Yo, this engine is not viable from what we're trying
for
to
what we were
accomplish."
trying to do.
EA was like, "Nah, fuck it, just do it."
Yeah.
And here we go. Like,
Yo,
again,
make
another
that game.
case where it's like, yeah,
You know, but like and the thing is like you know, if you go and read, because people they started to talk, and you go and read what some of the devs were saying. So I remember seeing the first videos of Anthem maybe like 4 years ago at like E3 or something, right? When you I read an article, and the dude, he was saying like, he's like, look man, like we made that video. He's like, pretty much most of the work we did to put that game out was done in under a year. Like it was like
yeah,
8 months. So that's why the game was shitty. And like it, it had so much potential, and that's what's infuriating about it. Because you
Yeah,
sit and play
yeah.
it, like the skeleton of the game is phenomenal, but like when you get to the meat of it, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? The end game was they didn't even try. They didn't even try. Like the
They might as well have let like some college like not even intern like you're still in college and you got like a final project due like yo just and they would have probably come up with a better like fucking product than whatever the hell they gave us, you know?
right,
Like it's just crazy, man. Like these people, I don't even know where they would see that as being logical. Like
right,
let the creators create, let them work,
right.
and
But
get the
what?
fuck out of the way.
And here's the thing, like yeah, like I was saying, like the the game that we got and the type of game that we got, it wasn't even supposed to be that type of game. And the like it was like I think I want to say it was like a single player game. Honestly, I don't, yeah, it was totally different than what we got. And but that's that cash grab shit, man. Like EA said, oh, we got to complete with Destiny and all this stuff. So that's what they did. And the sad part is, I feel bad for people that invested in like the Legion of Dawn edition and all that shit because they definitely got screwed, man.
Yeah, man.
Like Slick, I seen the Legion of Dawn edition somewhere. Oh, where was it? I seen it somewhere for like $20, if that.
Oh yeah, I've seen Anthem Vanilla for 10, like in the WoW. Like
Yeah,
yo,
yo, like
yo, my
Slick,
lunch was more expensive.
yo, for real. Like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's gonna happen. Mark my words, because you can get Vanilla Destiny 2 at Five Below right now for $5.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
word up.
know, I know in the next couple months I go there, they're gonna have Anthem there. I know it. I feel it in my bones.
I'm about to get a case and go and set up a table at a flea market, bro.
For real,
Buy,
man. For real.
buying for 5, selling for like 8, 10.
Yeah, somebody might, man. That's a come up right there.
Like yo, Destiny 2 seal poppy, let's go.
Right, 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 right. Yo,
Like, yo,
Slick though, like fucking. When I bought Forsaken, the disc looks exactly the same as Vanilla Destiny. I was about to take that bitch back and see how much I got for. I was about to take it back in the Forsaken case, like, I don't think I want this.
yeah,
I mean, it's GameStop. They gave me like 50 cents for it, even though I just bought it like the
yeah.
day before. But
Store credit, bro.
yeah, straight up, fucking But yo, let's talk about this game though, man, for real.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I'm out here fucking around with this mission. Okay, so I've noticed that the game is catching some flack, and what I was trying to figure is there's a lot of people that are salty about this game. You got the gamers rise up set, when they get their panties in a bunch. They you know they're kind of mad. And I get why they're mad to a degree because a lot of them play uh, well, I guess this is exclusive to what's 2K's PC store. I don't remember what it's called.
Epic.
Yeah, so it's exclusive to Epic for like 6 months, and it's not gonna be on Steam. So
I mean, it's that sucks, man. Welcome to what console gamers have been suffering through for
right,
like the last from existence, right? Like I
right,
remember when Sega Genesis fans were salty because Nintendo fans were playing Mega Man games, and it took like
sure,
years for them to get the Wily Wars.
sure,
It is what it is. Just live with it. Wait your 6 months, or
right.
just download the damn Epic Store and play it on that.
Well,
You know?
look, I played PC gaming for a little bit, and it is what it is. I just play. To me, I'm just playing games on a computer, or on a
All right.
PC. But when you believe that you are the PC master race, any slight is a fucking like it's an affront to your very being.
Right.
So but
So let me just ask though, like, is the issue because for me, right? For me, I don't like if I was a PC gamer and I have a PC, I just don't play games and that shit. I just don't care for it.
Right.
But if I had to buy a game on the Epic Store, shit, I'm just gonna go buy a game on the Epic Store.
Yeah,
like what the fuck is the big deal?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Stop. Ain't no shit. Now I understand. Okay, like with Steam, it has the nice catalog, and you could do like family share and all that shit. But
Sure.
it sometimes it's gotta eat some shit. Like just download it on the Epic Store. If you want to play it right now, just get it on the Epic Store, and it is what it is. Or you just wait the half a year, and then you can play it while we're all done with this shit. You guys can play it by yourselves.
Yeah, I mean,
we won't spoil it for you.
Right. Look, that's like me saying, oh man, like, fucking, I don't even know. So we were talking about Destiny. So fucking Destiny's gonna be a GameStop exclusive for fucking a week. Like, I refuse to buy it. And I want to buy it at Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get the logic there. I was, and when people were mad about it, I was like, well, maybe I'm missing something. And I'm like kind of looking around for some more information, see if I'm missing something. And no, people were just mad because they couldn't buy it on Steam. And I get it, you like Steam, but fuck it.
Right. I guess it's like, yeah, they want their library in one place. Like, I understand, I get it. But you got to sometimes in life you got to make real hard choices that you're not gonna like.
That sounds like a real first world problem to me.
That's heavy duty first world problems, bro.
Yeah, like
I don't want to buy it on Epic. Oh shit, nah, just buy it. You want to play it, buy it.
Right. But okay,
it is what it is.
I say that to say that I've heard that there's a lot of review bombing going on, and that's part of the reason there. But
yeah, I would have expected that.
Yeah, definitely. Now I will say this: there are some definite technical issues going on with this game. I know. Well, I haven't played since Friday, but I do know that there was there was a lot of lag going on there, and I had read some other reviews, and they were talking about the lag's definitely there.
Yeah, I was playing last night, and I had textures dropping on me.
Yeah.
It was bizarre, but it is what it is.
I did have a freeze. Like I had just fought the mouth. You fought that boss?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm not gonna give anything away. Well, I wasn't gonna give anything away, but it was one of the bosses. So I had just fought him, and the game froze, and I'm like, fuck no, man, I'm losing my shit because I thought it didn't save the boss fight, but I had to restart it. And it dropped me right back where I was, but I ended up being good to go. It didn't make me fight the boss again. And then another really kind of weird thing that happened was, so I paused. I paused and went to the menu. The menu where your inventory and shit is, and then it had this weird placeholder text come up there. And I read that was something that one of the reviewers experienced too. So I mean, there's some raw unfinished shit going on here, and I don't know.
Yeah. I ran into something right before we jumped in to start the podcast. I was on the menu, right? The initial menu when you boot the game up.
Yeah.
On the lower left-hand side, it has that little window where you could actually go to your VIP. Over at what do you call it?
Vault Insider program you talking about?
Yeah.
Sure.
So you open that up, and it opens up the browsers. right? You do whatever you want in there. Well, after I did all that, I closed and went back. The entire game froze.
Yeah.
My controller wouldn't work.
Wow.
And then the entire system crashed and rebooted.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's definitely some unpolished stuff going on in the background. I'm guessing we're gonna get like a 55 gig patch within the coming week.
Probably so. And now, I will say this. I am definitely I'm surprised because Pitchford he's a pretty strict dude. Like seems like I'm surprised he let shit like that make it to market.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like you said before. Some of these publishers, man, they just want this shit out.
Right.
They just want this out. They don't care. They know they could patch it.
Right.
I think that's the biggest issue in the industry in general. Like once everybody knew what the game was, we could patch it, just get it out.
Yeah.
Everybody was just fucking dropping whatever and hoping for the best.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think the fact that you can patch games has made the industry worse?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a way, it's some genres actually benefit from it, and the rest of them are just bamboozling us, and they're just putting a product out and hoping that down the road they could just continue patching it.
I agree.
But what they don't know is that every time we run into shit like that, we get angrier and we stop supporting certain products and certain brands and certain companies. We're done with that.
Right. And and like prime example, like No Man's Sky. So
man,
they hyped everybody. I never played it. It's not really
I did.
my type of thing. But it seems like they hyped everybody up. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. They put out a half-assed game, and then it seems like they literally finished the game on the back. And now I hear it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah, but I'll never go back.
Right, because you feel like you were used.
Yeah, I feel like I was used. I feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah.
It was just whack. So I'm not going back. You go ahead and tell me right now that the game is like ridiculously badass. Like I'm gonna run into Darth Vader. I'm gonna run into the Star Trek fleet. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going back. Like
I don't blame you.
It's a wrap.
I don't blame you.
You told me I was gonna get a good product. I'm sorry, no. You told me I was gonna get a great product. I didn't get a great product.
No. And
it was frustrating.
And I feel like they did that with the original Destiny too. I feel like because they made you, they sold you on the original Destiny, and it was great, and I was following it. You know what I mean? I was following it from the beta and all that stuff, and I got it, and I'm like, man, this game kind of sucks. And I put it down until the Taken King. And then it seems like with the Taken King, they actually fixed the game and made it fun.
I didn't even get that far.
Yeah.
I know you and I played it for 3 hours maybe tops. And I was like, fuck this, I'm out. This isn't for me.
Right. I gave it another chance, and I'm glad I did because the second one, I think it's a great game. I love it. I have a lot of fun playing it. But again, I don't like getting fleeced. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like getting taken.
Taken, brother. Yeah, exactly.
No pun intended.
Exactly. But back to Borderlands. So that's kind of disheartening. That they let that, kind of come to market with that, but it doesn't make the game unplayable. I think overall it's great. Now
so far so good.
Yeah. There's a lot of reviewers that are mad salty about this game though, and I noticed that of it, and then a lot of what I hear is, oh well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And I'm like, dude, if it's not broke, don't fix it. All right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but I mean, what are they suggesting then? Like, what are they trying to imply? Like, what would they put into this game to make it so radically different?
Yeah, I mean, you know, and they keep on, I keep on seeing the Destiny comparison, and I'm like, that's not a fair comparison. It's not the same kind of game.
Right, nah.
They're two totally different games.
I mean,
Oh,
when going into the whole, oh, it's much of the same, much of the same. Yeah, so is every genre you're ever going to touch in that regard, right? Like,
right,
this game is made for, first and foremost, this is my opinion, right? It's made for Borderlands fans. Like,
right.
if you remember playing the first one, the second one, you were desperate enough to play the pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel. Yo, you hate the pre-sequel. It was bad. I
I thought,
mean,
well, you know what? I mean, it's not so much that I hate it. I'm just a little salty because I had to play it by myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know,
But
you do remember, like, and not to cut you off, but if you remember, like, I think the developers even thought it was bad because if you recall, they canceled the fucking DLC for that game. I think they did the
yeah,
Claptrap one, but like the rest of there was supposed to be 4 DLCs for that game, like the other one, and they canceled the rest of. They were just like, fuck it, like we ain't making that
yeah,
game. Fuck it. But I heard part of the problem was they had 2K Australia making it, and if you remember, it was kind of weird. It was off. Like there was this kind of different, and they said
yeah,
that's 2K
yeah. There was
Australia.
definitely something that wasn't like jiving. And you know what? The story wasn't horrible.
No,
I didn't like the setting. I hated the setting.
yeah,
Like I can't. I mean, hate is not even a word that's strong enough for me to tell you how much I was displeased with the setting of the game.
yeah.
The gameplay, I mean, it's again, yeah, it's Borderlands gameplay. It had a little bit of a twist because of the environment, but
No,
outside of that, that shit was not special. That could have
no.
been that alone could have been just a standard DLC for number two.
Yeah, I mean it could have been, but I I will say this: with that game, I feel like we got they were playing around with some mechanics for this game because like this game, well, I haven't picked one up yet, but I heard the cryo rounds made it into this game. You know, the whole dynamic with the air, you know, when you had to like make sure you had enough oxygen, that was kind of cool. It made things
Right.
challenging, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, that added a little twist to the mix.
yeah, but yeah, for the most part, it didn't have the same feeling as Borderlands 2, and I definitely will agree with that. So,
Yeah. You
um,
know, one thing. Speaking of stuff that pisses me off, I will say this much, and this is a constant from the first Borderlands up until this one now. I hate the vehicles.
yeah, yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's like it's like nobody decided to fix it. It's like, oh, it pisses everybody off. Let's leave it
yeah,
alone.
yeah, I
Like,
mean,
really?
they aren't the best. They definitely aren't the best. Like, I
I
mean,
was playing with Evil Drizzy last night,
yeah,
and we were both like, "Yo, what the fuck with these cars, man?"
right.
Like,
You know,
we were getting stuck in between like rocks and like, what the like? Come on, man! Like, you
I let
fix
other,
everything, and then like, you forget to like check collision detection on the cars.
right. And let me tell you, like, I'm a shit driver when it comes to shit like this. I let other people drive. Like, people that watch this video are gonna be like, yo, this fucking guy, like, he can't drive at all. Because I was driving the vehicle a couple times.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna say that clean, man. Everybody lying. You know, nobody here could drive Borderlands vehicles. Anytime I see people driving on a Borderlands vehicle, it's all choppy. People are falling, hitting rocks,
Right.
never getting their timing right on the jumps with the
No,
boost.
hell no, man.
That's just
Definitely,
horrible,
yeah,
man.
that's crazy, yeah. But I figured, I
Oh,
guess they figured we're not gonna devote a whole lot of fucking uh time to vehicle
yeah,
play because,
resources.
right,
Yeah, fucking walk.
yeah. I mean, you can honestly like go through the majority of the game without driving, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The fast travel will definitely help. You know, that gets you in and out.
Right. So these villains here are they're kind of badass. The
Yeah, I like the
Saturday
array they
Flame.
hit you with off top.
Yeah.
Like I noticed, like from the go, like you were getting hit by all sorts of different maniacs off top.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't wait. They didn't wait long. Right now, I'm in the sanctuary ship. But from that point all the way back to where it first started, like they were really hitting you with waves, man, which was
Right. Right.
cool. I can't wait to see what else they got in store for us in that realm.
How do you?
I
How do
also
you?
like. Oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, no. You're good.
I was gonna say I like what they've done with the weapons, how they have multiple functions.
Oh yeah,
That was
definitely.
a nice little touch. I like the fact that you could have multiple skills, right? You could put them in different slots. You're not just married to one.
No, that's definitely cool. And they made it, respecking and everything is, a breeze.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely think those things are cool. I
Mm.
I think these new I'm anxious to see how like these new villains here are gonna stack up to Handsome Jack because Handsome Jack's so iconic that like
Yeah.
that's some pretty big shoes to fill, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I wonder. I'm almost wondering if there's any kind of connection, or
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if they're gonna like somehow tie Jack back into the whole mix, or is that like absolutely done?
Well, here's the other thing that I've always wondered about Borderlands is some people say that the new U station is a device. It's not canon. It's only made, for you to continue the game.
Mm.
So I've often wondered, is that true or what? Because like, why? If you have these machines where you can come back, why is anyone dead? Why is Roland dead? You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's
Yeah,
never
no, that's a
been
good
answered.
fan theory, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, here we get some action going on here finally. Um, but yeah, man, like I definitely like you were saying, this whole being able to flip from automatic to semi-automatic is very cool. That's a very cool dynamic. Um, I feel like, one thing I feel like is this game seems a lot more brutal. like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, you ain't kidding, bro.
like I mean, it's not like the first Borderland. The other Borderlands were like, it's not like they were, rated teen or anything like that. But like, this just seems real raw, and I love it. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah,
But
yeah, like I said, like from the go, man, they were just hitting you with waves, just waves of
yeah,
like all of these crazy cycles. Like I
right.
haven't seen anything like this in any of the Borderlands.
No, 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 man. And
Like
like,
off top, I was getting hit by midgets,
yeah, yeah.
by just all kinds of crazy shit, man. I
Yo,
was like, yo,
and the midgets are no joke,
yeah, like level 8, level 9 midgets.
right? They're no
You know,
joke,
when
man.
you're like level 5.
So I haven't played Zane yet. Like, how are you liking his whole skill set?
Um, I would say he's a mix between what's his name for number 2, the ninja, the sniper.
Zero.
Yeah, he's a mix between like Zero and I mean he's pretty much Zero without being a sniper.
Okay, I got you.
I
So
will go. I would probably like describe him as such.
so his whole he creates replicas of himself, right?
Yeah, he could do replicas. He could do drones, and then he has
Okay.
and then he could do shields.
Okay. So I know now. I remember Wilhelm from the pre-sequel, he used drones.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool actually. I did enjoy that about Wilhelm.
Mm.
He uh he was the closest thing that reminded me to Salvador, and Salvador was my favorite when I played Borderlands 2.
Mm.
Um, shit. I where you at? Where you running around at anyway?
Oh, no, I just got him on park.
Oh, for real?
I had some skill points to spend, and then we started chatting, and I just
Yeah, I'm actually um I'm actually doing a mission, so we got some good visuals.
nice.
Yeah. Yo, these badass midgets are no joke, dude. These
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
man.
Now I'm playing Flak, and I'll say this dog's pretty awesome. Skag, like he's awesome. He's a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah. So we could call different monsters too, right? As you evolve them.
So yeah, I think. Oh shit. I think as your skills progress, I believe that you can call the different monsters. Right now, I can only access the Skag, but I think now, and don't quote me. I'm not sure if it's different skills, like different parts of the talent tree, or what. Um, but yeah, I know you do get the there's a monkey that actually has a gun. There's a yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah, there's a firehawk too, I believe. Um, or what do they call it? You know, like Mordecai's bird, Bloodwing.
Mm.
Um, there's a bird like that too. Um, but I'm not really sure about everything else.
Yeah,
But I
there's
would,
just a lot to digest, man. These characters are full of uh, a lot of possibilities.
yeah, absolutely. Now, I did hear that we're not th- there's not going to be any more Vault Hunters. I heard they're going to focus on these four, which I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of like the fact that you have six Vault Hunters. That's kind of always been that's always been the standard.
Right.
Um, and I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. Uh, but in the meantime, you know, we have more than enough to digest and enjoy here. Like I said, it is 30 hours of content.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot,
Uh,
and that's if you're not looking for, let's say, a specific legendary weapon.
right, right, right,
Um,
right.
if you're not out to max out all four of the characters you have on disposal, like you're gonna be busy.
No, hell yeah, man.
You're gonna be busy as
Hell yeah.
hell, man. Like you're good to go. If you want to spend 60 on a game right now, you don't know where to drop it. This is the game you want to drop it
Hey,
on.
no, no, it's definitely because you'll be playing. You're gonna be playing this game for a while if and like you said, you don't even have to be a completionist because I'm not a completionist, dude. Like
Yeah,
I'll track certain things. I'll try to do certain things, but like I'm not one of them people that has to complete every single fucking mission. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Now, now, I know what I did want to say was one thing that I feel like this game is missing that I was hoping they would incorporate is I wish there was a true raid mechanic in this game. Like, I feel like, especially since Borderlands is, you know, a mainly co-op game, they could have incorporated a true raid mechanic in it. You know,
Mm.
um, you know, I like the fact that there's multiple vaults now, and the vault the vaults feel like a raid instance.
Hmm.
Um, but I wish there was like really like a true raids like they have on Destiny. Um,
Right.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it would be an interesting notion to take this engine and
Yeah,
trying to put it into that specific format,
right.
right? And in a sense, right? I mean, I hate to even bring this game up, but I think that's where they were going with Battleborn.
Yeah,
But that shit was ass.
right,
Like,
right.
it,
Yeah.
it's almost like it looks like Borderlands, but it plays nothing like Borderlands.
You know, I played Battleborn, and the thing that pissed me off the most about Battleborn is when I would sit and I played it a few times, and I'd sit there and play it, and I'd be like, "Yo, they diverted resources from Borderlands 3 to this shit."
For this.
Like I'm not playing Borderlands 3 because of this shit, and that shit bothered me, dude. That shit bothered me. But whatever.
Yeah, nah, nah. That was one of the more disappointing games that I've played in this particular generation, the PS4,
Yeah,
Xbox One gen. It was like nothing that I thought I was going to get into,
right. And
you know. And ironically enough, it was the gaming media, the same gaming media that's talking shit on Borderlands 3. They're the ones that were selling me on board Battleborn.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no, yeah, no doubt.
everybody was talking about how it's going to be a good game and everybody should check it out. And at the end of the day,
It was garbage.
it's a brick.
Yeah, it's fucking
It
garbage.
was pretty. I bought the some special edition box of it
Ugh.
for like $9 at GameStop, just for the shelf. That's all I bought it for. Like
Right,
I didn't
right,
even
right,
open
right,
it. You
right.
know?
Yeah, no doubt. Um, yeah, that I mean, and that's the thing that shit pisses me off, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's almost like they're trying to sell you DLC and shit, and not sell you a fucking game. They
yeah,
wanna sell you these box sets and shit like that. They have no interest in selling you a great gaming experience. They I think a lot of these games probably put more thought and effort into the goddamn uh, collector's edition and shit of these games than they do the actual game.
yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
in
saying?
fact, you know what? Yeah, and they need to chill out with these collector's editions too. Like I've seen some go for more than the console itself. Like, why is your like deluxe collector's edition $300? That's
Yeah,
another PlayStation 4 or an
yeah,
Xbox One. Get out of my face with that shit,
yeah,
man.
man. I mean, I talked to a dude at the pardon me. I talked to a dude at the Borderlands at the pre sale or the midnight sale,
Mm, right.
and he was like, yeah, I've spent. He told me he spent over $400 fucking dollars on Borderlands, and I'm like, nah, man. He's like, yeah, I'm like, that's insane, man. And he bought, or not Borderlands, excuse me, Destiny 2. He said he spent that much money on Destiny 2, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he's like, oh well, I was just buying, I bought all special editions, and I'm like, that's fucking insane, man. Are you kidding me? Like, you know, um, and I honestly felt bad for him because it's like, and I'm not shitting on him. You're a hardcore gamer, but like, I wish you got your money's worth. Like, fuck, you know, like I
Yeah,
don't
that's
got it.
steep, man.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I don't got it. I can't be like buying shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, even if you did have it, like 400,
like,
like, I mean, what was the statues and shit?
yeah, I guess so. And don't get me wrong, like, I finally, I got the Slaughterhouse here finally, and I love shit like that to put up, but dude, I'm not paying. And the thing is, like, most of the shit. that you buy in those things, in a couple of months they're gonna be selling it half off because like they're gonna have an abundance of it either online or in the
Yeah.
store, and they're gonna be selling half that shit online, the statues and everything, man. So it's
Amazon Prime Day, bro.
yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, dude. And then so it's like why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't get it. And don't get me wrong, I contemplated like getting that the edition that had the loot chest and all that. I wanted that shit, but I'm like, it's $300.
Mm.
Like, and I'm cheap too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, uh, I had pre-ordered the super deluxe edition, and then like the closer it got to it, I'm like, dude, I'm not spending $99 on this shit. Like, and
Yeah.
it is legit because it was honestly just like the season pass in the game, which I mean I probably should just went ahead and did it. But at the time I'm like, yeah, I'm not spending that money on this, man. That's $100. Like, you know what I mean? That
Yeah, nah, yeah, I feel you.
but
This is wild. I remember, I mean, I know I sound like an old man and shit, complaining and waving my fist, but
right.
like back in my day, like shit like that,
Right,
like when
right.
you used to buy like a game or like a statue or like a cloth map and shit, like something that's bundled with it, it was, first of all, you weren't paying extra for it. And it was originally there so that it would entice you to actually buy the game and to buy that first run.
Sure. But
Now
like
it's like, here's a cloth map. It's gonna cost you an extra $40. Like, what
right,
the fuck?
right. So let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. Now,
Yeah.
you know, these cloth maps and fucking statues and shit. Like, there's a website that pretty much changed the game on that, and it's called Wish. Like, you could go now, you could go on Wish, and they got all that shit for a fraction of the fucking cost.
Shit, wish.
Like straight up. Now, look, man. Now you're definitely rolling the dice. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that.
Oh fuck.
But like, let's say best case scenario. Like, you're gonna get what you pay for, man. Like best case scenario. If you read the fucking ad carefully, like half the statues, like I've seen statues at some of these anime stores and they're like fucking $350 and shit. Dude, you can go to Wish and get that bitch for like $10. Sometimes the shipping's more than, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
And then it'll take like 7 weeks for them to ship it
no,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But
You're not gonna get that shit for like 3 months, but like at the end of the day, you still got it. You save like mad money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh shit, yo.
I'm saying, bro, like, I, you know, and these are the things I think about because I'm like, yo, why would I spend all this money if I really, really want this? And like, slick, truth be told, like, if you actually get it, Wish has some dope shit. And like, if you can
No,
actually
they
get
do.
it,
They do.
yeah, like,
Sometimes go on there and say, yo, they got some like dope like Dragon Ball workout gear.
yeah,
But
totally.
but then it's like I don't wanna be that guy. Like you ever seen like those comedic videos on like Facebook, like that dude that bought like the Wakanda um shirt to go to the gym and he came like 3 sizes too small. Like I don't want to be that dude. Like
No, yeah, for sure. Like,
I can't cause
I'm a big dude, man. I can't be
but
fucking around buying clothes on there. Like like I'll look like a fucking fool, man. Like, I gotta buy my clothing in places that has like solid return policies and shit. Like, I'm way too big for all that. Like, you might be able to get
yeah.
away with that shit. Like, not me.
Oh man, yeah, I need a dressing room at the least. I want to make sure
Yeah,
whatever I'm getting fits.
yeah,
I already
man.
know at Wish, too many
Right,
people posting them silly ass videos on Facebook can't fit
right,
into the dress.
for sure. And
But yeah,
like,
now I'll definitely fuck with a statue though. I don't
oh
gotta
hell
fit
yeah.
into that.
Right. You don't gotta bother with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, when you talk about like all these extra things, like there's ways around that shit, man. Like like, and sometimes I think because of the uh intellectual property isn't as stringently watched in fucking China, like like they got some shit that's like way cooler than what you'll find over here, man. Like
Yeah.
but you gotta carefully read shit. Like I bought like I'm a huge Wu-Tang Clan fan, so like in my game room, um, I bought a I what I thought I was buying was a wall-size poster of the album cover of the GZA Liquid Swords, right? Which is
Mm.
one of my favorite albums, and like in my opinion, one of the dopest album covers of all time. Um, so I thought I ordered a huge wall-size like litho of it, but what I got was it was I don't know, man. It's like it's a piece of fabric, and it's not even like a really good piece of fabric, like that the maps go on, and like they kind of, I don't know if they had like one of those T-shirt like printers or some shit like that,
Mm.
but like they printed it over it, and when I finally got it, I was just like, all right, fuck it, man. I just put it on my wall. I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. It is what it is. But
So they pretty much sent you like a wall scroll.
yeah. That's what they want. That's what they made it into. And I was just like, it's shipped from fucking Hong Kong. And by the time I got it, I was just like, you know what, fuck it, man. It's all good. I just put it on.
But what are you gonna do? You can't call customer service.
Right, dude.
You,
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, what's crazy about Wish? Like, I don't know if you ever noticed this. You ever notice there's not one negative review on any product on Wish? Not one.
so 5 star.
It's all 5 stars, man. It's every single one. And and the crazy and the crazy thing about Wish, right, is like no matter what the fuck you are looking at, there's at least always one person that says, "I can't believe how fast it got here." And it's like, yo, I know you're fucking lying, bro. there's, there's always
Yep,
one person.
that's
Yeah.
yeah. You must live in Hong Kong, right?
Right.
Because
There's
you don't
always
live out
one.
in the States.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's always one person. Oh, I can't believe it. How fast it got here. And like, they'll always have like a USA flag or a Canada flag next to their name. It's like, come on, son.
Try
Like,
again, bro.
yeah. Like everybody know you're lying. But
The two reviews you can't trust on Wish is I got it fast
yeah,
shipping, and it fits just right.
right.
Like
Now,
stop it.
yeah. Now there's a couple. There'll be a few legit ones because I've seen where like people have got shit and like a piece of something broke off or whatever the fuck, and I'm like, okay, this is legit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. And it's sad that I have to see if something's fucked up to make sure it's legit. Like there was this cool Deadpool statue that I wanted, and like I'm looking at the reviews and shit just to like see what's going. And then I seen one review and somebody was like, "Oh, yeah, it shipped, but like the arm was fucked up, so I had to glue it back on." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I might actually get this because it's fucked up, so I know it's legit." But at the end of the day, like what I mean, this statue, if I paid for it here, it'd be like fucking $300, and I think it was like 15.5 bucks on Wish. Like you can't beat that shit. But
Nah, sometimes you gotta take the gamble.
yeah. So anyway, so what does GWU have going on moving forward, man? Like let's talk about that. What do you guys got going on?
Man, that's a rough one. Right now, we're just trying to gather the troops again. We want
Yeah.
to bring the podcast back. We got so much
Right.
on our plate.
For sure.
It's just a matter of just aligning the stars properly.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we're in that stage of our life now, married, kids,
Hell
multiple
yeah.
kids,
Right.
bills, all kinds of crazy shit. But, and I think that's the beauty of what we all bring to the table. The Slaughterhouse GWU is
Right.
gaming from a perspective of grown-as men who have grown-as responsibilities, much
Right.
like the core base of people who listen, people who relate to what we're talking about.
No, for
And
sure.
that's pretty much what we're trying to set up at the moment. Um, you know, it's gonna take a little while longer for us to clean up, bring it all back, but
Okay.
that's the strategy right now. It's the break has been much needed for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
We need to refresh. Like we were talking on our pregame, we were doing our audio check, man. Like it's a lot of people. I mean, maybe some people have better luck than most, but a lot of people really don't realize or understand the effort it takes just to put one podcast episode out.
No, absolutely, man.
It's a pain in the ass, especially when we're working remotely, right? A
Right.
lot of us. I mean, people probably don't even know that many of us don't even live in the same state. In some cases, sometimes
Right.
if we talk to like other people that we link up with, not even in the same like coast.
Sure.
So it's a lot of
Now you guys,
planning, a lot of
excuse me, you guys
yeah.
all live in the same area, right?
We're in driving distance. Like I'm in another state. I'm in the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
Hype Man's up in like the super northeast part of New Jersey.
Got you.
Evil Drizzy is in like central Jersey, close to South Jersey, more like South.
Okay. Got you.
Mr. Worldwide's in the Northeast. He's like in the New Jersey, New York Northeast.
Okay.
And the same thing with Soto the Brain. Shout out. So yeah, he's also in the Northeast. So it's rare that we're in the same room doing the podcast. We're usually
Sure.
doing it remotely. So there's so much sound check that goes behind, like, making sure that we're outputting the best quality content as possible. Obviously, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we talk, Power Hour is a fine example of that. It's off the cuff. There's very little that's scripted, so sometimes some things come out, the way they do. We have no guilt towards what comes out of our mouth in that particular format. It is
Right.
what it
No, no
is.
doubt, man.
I would say the only thing that's probably like the only thing that we know that's coming down the pipeline, which was one of our favorite segments, was Loser of the Week,
Okay.
which we love doing. I think if anything, that's the one segment we always die to just to get to close to the end of the hour so we could like roast whoever we chose.
No, no, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that shit.
So yeah, we're gonna bring it back for sure. Like I said, we're just putting all our ducks in a row right now. Like,
Yeah.
a few of us are just making sure that things are taken care of on their end, on my end as well. I also have certain responsibilities, but it's all running very well. The website as well is still up. You can actually check out now. A lot of the podcasts have been archived because like I said, we're trying to just start fresh again.
Sure.
There's still podcasts up there that you can check out.
Okay.
GamingWereUnited.com. There's also legacy articles because on top of our podcast, we also like writing an article here and there, editorials, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And of course, our favorite part of the site, Gaming World United Radio. If you like old school video game soundtracks, we have a radio station on us 24/7, GamingWorldUnited.com/GWU radio.
I definitely.
Or just go to
hitting up that radio.
GamingWorldUnited.com. Yeah, the link is up there, so help yourselves. Put your headphones on and listen to tracks. We got old tracks, we got new tracks. Everything you remember about video games and their musical scores, you're gonna find it there pretty much. And yeah, we're just gearing up, man. We're just gearing up. The podcast will come back. Power Hour, Super Co-op Brothers. It's all gonna be returning very soon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Now let me ask you this: how do you when you have a break going on like that and you have a fan base, like how do you make sure that you don't lose your fan base? Uh,
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say I got no answer for you.
yeah, I
You know,
mean,
it is what it is. Like sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs, make a
right,
few omelets. Maybe you'll
right,
burn your eggs,
right.
but it is what it is. You know, uh, at the end of the day, you gotta put your family first.
No,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
and even if I had like a following, let's say like PewDiePie's, I would still
Yeah.
say, you know, well, but then again, that's a different scenario. If you got a cult following like PewDiePie, your money's right, everything's,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't, you're worrying about different things at that point, I suppose. But you know, it is sometimes you just have to do
But
what you got to do just to make sure that you know you and your family are well taken care of.
right. But I tell you this. Um, I feel like having that level of success in this business is almost a curse because then it seems like in order to turn that kind of revenue, you are a slave to
Yeah, yeah,
to this shit, man. And dude, as much as I love streaming, I love playing video games, I do not want to be a slave to sitting in front of this console and playing and entertaining people. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to entertain
yeah.
myself. You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah, to a large degree, you're absolutely
uh,
right, man. Like, you know, it just becomes a trap in a sense where, right? Like, for example, like I've never been to a one of Ninja streams, but at this point, it almost feels like he's stuck playing Fortnite.
right.
You feel me? Like
No,
that's
no, no
his,
doubt. Yeah.
and like I don't want to fucking play Fortnite for the rest of my life.
No, no. And I hear you. I like and a lot of these guys get known for one game. I don't want to play that one game like for fucking ever, man. I just it's
Right.
not what I want to do. Like what's his name? Stone Mountain 64. It's a funny dude, but like what's he? I think he plays Call of Duty, right? And that dude's stuck playing Call of Duty. It's either Call of Duty or Rainbow Six, one of those games.
Mm.
And he's a funny dude. I've watched his stuff, but like it seems like it's the only fucking thing he plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing with me. Like, dude, like when my streams go up, like you'll see me playing a lot of different stuff. Like like right now I'll be playing a lot of Borderlands. But I'm gonna play what I want to play, and with my format on this show, and then hopefully in the future is I have off the cuff conversations with interesting people while gaming, and and
Right.
and that's my thing, and in the future I'd like to get all of you guys on here at once so we can kind of talk about how you guys started and stuff like that. There's a few other people that I have in mind that I would like to get on the show, um and just kind of do a casual thing there. But at the same time, I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into just kind of playing one thing. And I think that's a really important what you brought up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but for me personally, like I like playing different games on stream. Like that's my thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to be just tied to like a game that I'm just because I'm exceptional at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's no fun. You
No.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I definitely understand what you're
What
saying.
what's the quote? I think it was JFK who said it, right? We don't do things because they're easy. We do things because they're hard. Like
Exactly.
I like hopping from game to game. Sometimes I'll get frustrated. Okay,
Right.
I'll stick to a game for a little while, and then I move on to something else that I might want to play.
Right.
Like, and I would think channels with that mindset, they should be okay.
Right.
Just it's just my opinion. Like sooner or later, people are gonna want variety in what they're seeing. They're not gonna
Right.
want to just stay stuck watching some guy with a headband and purple hair playing the same game over and over and over. Like,
Right. 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 No
that's
doubt.
gonna run its course. Now, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not trying to diss him. Like, props to Ninja. He's making
He's making
bank.
bank, dude. I
Yeah,
go.
he's making bank.
I went to Walmart. He has all kind of fucking shit there for like teeny
Yeah,
boppers and stuff, and I ain't mad at him, dude. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know.
But it is what it is. Like,
Now, I tell you, now one thing I don't like is these guys who I don't know, man. Like I feel like when you have to resort to trollishness to gain popularity, it's just you've lost me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It's immature.
yeah, it really is. And it's not funny. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to sound like that guy. And I'm sure I'm gonna get people they come on here. Oh, this is SJW, whatever. Fuck, I don't care. But like, it's not funny, man. Like it's just like, well, how do we go from sitting here bullshitting, playing games to just being a fucking troll or just being obnoxious? You know what I mean? That's just, I don't get that. You know?
No, well, you know what it is? It's just immaturity, man. Like, a lot of people just don't understand how to just, chill back, be yourself, and just have a good time.
Right,
That's what this is supposed to be about. Everybody's supposed
right,
to be having a good time, playing games they like. You can state your opinion. You have a voice.
right.
But it's like you said, when you go into like the trollish behavior,
Yeah,
it's like now you're just being an asshole for no reason
right.
whatsoever.
And I'm gonna tell you, the fighting game community, there's a lot of toxic assholes over there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on there right now, man.
Yeah,
Like, I love fighting games and I
yeah,
follow
no,
the community closely, and there's so much weird shit going on at this point that it's like, yo, like, like what are you guys doing, man? Like,
yeah.
it's
I've, and maybe you can school me because I watch from afar. Like I like watching Evo. I'm
mm,
nowhere near good enough to compete with like people that even lose the prelims. I love fighting games, but
right.
I'm not that great at them. I just like playing them. But I
That makes
do.
two of us. I mean, I love it, but I don't think I'll ever make like Evil top anything.
Right, right,
I would
right.
love to go and just put my name on a bracket, see where it takes me, but that's not
Yeah.
here nor there.
But it seems like there's a subset of people that's involved in the fighting community that like they go talking gangster shit like they're like yeah, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
motherfucker, can you really fight though? Because like this shit you're talking like I hope you really can fight. Like I see these dudes and they're just popping off at the mouth like on some real G shit, and I'm like, dude, you're playing video games,
Yeah.
bro. Like what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like I seen this dude like he was sitting there like he's watching like he's playing this video and for those of you who don't know, like I'm a super nerd, man. Like I'm a fucking cosplayer and shit like that. So I'm not what I'm about to say. I'm not shitting on this guy for this because I might rock one too. But this dude, he's sitting there on this video and he has a fucking like Hidden Leaf Village bandana on, like which is cool. Like I might rock one one day too. But he's like on this video talking like mad greasy shit about some other fucking gamer and I'm gonna do this and this and that. I'm like, dude, like you're sounding real G, but you have a fucking Naruto headband on. Like what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, relax. Like, what's up with that, man?
No, that's just the way that community rolls, man. Like it's one of those competitive communities where it still feels like pro wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
This is my opinion. Sometimes it still feels like they're trying to be professional in presentation, but then they're not professional in like the individual.
Right.
And you'll see that a lot more often than not with players that are not sponsored.
Okay.
Right? And this is my observation. Like a lot of non-sponsored players usually act a fool and just it goes back to like what you said before. People want to be noticed, and what's the
Hmm.
way to be noticed? You have to do something that's gonna like bring eyes to your particular aura, like, and it
Right.
doesn't work that way, man. If you're trying to be a professional, you're trying to be a sponsored player. I think before you start popping off and talking shit and talking smack, you should at the least have some kind of a winning record.
Right.
You should be placing every time you go to a fucking tournament. Like that's how you really get noticed. But a
Now,
lot of these brats, you know, they go on there and it's about just finding the next pop off. It's about making that next moment.
right.
I don't know. To me, they miss the point when they do that. You know,
Yeah.
that's not full blown competition. Like all you're doing is making a spectacle, and you're forgetting about what competing should really be like. It should be about being better than the person across you and being better than yourself too. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure. There was one guy I used to see all the time, and I don't even know if he's even relevant anymore. Um, I think me and you had this conversation before. There's this guy named Low Tier God, right?
yo, tier
And
guy, I knew that was gonna come up.
yo, I fucking
Yeah.
hated that dude. I'd watch his videos, and I'd say, yo, I'd fight this dude. Like, cause you know what he reminded me of? All right, so he'd remind me of like a bully that's around a bunch of people that like can't do anything about it. So he just acts like super tough. But like if someone that was actually on his
Right.
level was around, he wouldn't be talking all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, have you seen the videos of like top players? Like, I don't want to use the word trolling in a negative aspect, but like top players trolling him online, like finding him and then playing him as like Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 4 and just wiping the floor with him.
No, I have not.
And
I'm
then
gonna
yeah,
definitely
oh,
look
it's
for it.
oh man,
I'm gonna
yeah,
look
go
for
check that out later tonight. It's hilarious, bro. There was one with Li Joe, Long
Yeah,
Island Joe found him and just cleaned his clocks and like he rage quit on him.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
guess it was Joe that recorded the match, but Joe was like trying to hold into like all the laughter
yeah.
while Low Tier God is like losing his mind, saying Matt just popping off, bro. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that was some of the best shit.
Right. And like I'd watch this guy's videos and I'd be like, yo, this dude, man, like I said, yo, you're the only reason you're talking all this shit to these people because you know you're talking to people that wouldn't do anything about it because they're just not about that life. But like I know
Right.
you wouldn't dare talk that reckless around like people that was about it, man. Like like people like if you had even a 25% chance of getting the fuck smacked out of you, you wouldn't talk that reckless. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and
Yeah, that dude's on some shit, bro.
yeah, but it's not just him. It's not just him. Like I noticed a lot of dudes like that in the gaming community. I'm like, fucking calm down. Now, like, look, like I noticed that in the fighting game community. There's some gaming communities like there's people about that life. Like, yo, the Madden community is about it. Like, there's
Yeah,
people
nah, yeah, mad.
there's people in the Madden community that might fucking murder you. Like, let's be honest with it.
Yeah, nah, man, community's legit.
Yeah, like I've known dudes like there's dudes in the hood in the Madden like that play Madden like that will like throw down like legit cash bets, not
Yeah.
like not fucking around, man. Like the Madden
Oh yeah,
community is
so
no
money
joke.
match, money match.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like the
Yeah.
Madden community is no joke. So you know, like I say that to say there's some real serious gaming communities out there, but like the fighting game community, and I'm not saying serious as in competition and shit like that. I'm saying serious and like that there's some like really legit like street dudes and shit like playing games. Like the fighting game community ain't it, boss. Like
Nah, yeah, nah. If we're talking about like who got like legit street gangsters in their community, it ain't gonna be the fighting game community.
no,
Like,
no. But but
yeah,
but you have people talking that shit in the fighting game community as if like they're really about that life. Like put your boy low tier in a Madden tournament. Like he ain't talking that shit. He's
nah,
gonna
he
sit.
probably ain't going home with his sneakers either.
No, he's gonna sit quietly in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck out of here, man. But anyway, yo, it's getting late, and I appreciate the time with you, bro. I
Oh, absolutely,
appreciate
man.
you.
Anytime. The pleasure was absolutely mine, man. I want to give you the absolute thanks for giving me a platform to talk tonight. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah,
We
no
definitely
doubt.
got to do it again.
Yeah, for sure, man. We're definitely gonna come over here. Y'all, if you haven't, check out GamingWorldUnited.com. You can also go to Facebook slash Gaming World United. And also, if you didn't know, Rick Slick is an admin on my group, Glitch, where Nerds and Geeks Unite, on Facebook. You can come check us out there. Um, Look forward in the future. I definitely look forward to collaborating with GW on some more videos and shit.
No doubt, no
Um,
doubt. And you definitely got to come on the Power Hour too,
oh
man.
fuck
Once
yeah,
we get
man.
that rebooted, it's
Yeah,
on.
fuck yeah. I definitely I gotta definitely get in the show with Hype Man because I feel like me and Hype Man were separated at birth.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
That might have to be a double Power Hour.
yeah, no doubt, no
That
doubt.
sounds like a 2 hour show.
Fuck yeah, man. All right, well, thanks for coming by, Rick Slick. Yo,
No
I
doubt.
want I want to thank y'all for checking out the Slaughterhouse live tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe, and y'all have a great night. Peace.
Peace.